Hi there, my name is Alissa Brewer, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of different Advent musical traditions that we have here at the Cathedral. The first one has to do with Jesse Tree, which we did this past Sunday, and these actually center around what's called the O Antiphons. Now, the O Antiphons are specific to the season of Advent, particularly December 17th through 23rd, or the octave of Advent. They reference Old Testament names for a Messiah, namely those found in the book of Isaiah. And in the Roman tradition, antiphons are short, versatile pieces of music, usually chant, that accompany a longer scripture reading or psalm or canticle, and they kind of act as bookends, introducing and then concluding those readings. These particular antiphons date back to the 8th century, and they are meant to accompany or bookend the Magnificat canticle, which we know as the Mary canticle, and that is the part of the evening service in the Anglican tradition. We just sang the most recognizable form of these O antiphon texts in O Come, Emmanuel, and then we hung the corresponding chrismons on the tree. So in case you were wondering why we have to sing all 8 verses of that, it's because they're kind of a package deal, right? They all kind of go together. So those 7 antiphons address Christ as O Wisdom, O Lord, O Reed of Jesse, O Key of David, O Rising Sun, O King of the Nations, and O Emmanuel, God with us. And of course, O Emmanuel is the first and the last verse, so that's how we end up with 8. And all of those are out of the book of Isaiah. Our next Advent musical tradition is a service of 9 lessons and carols, which is typically a standalone service, but this time we're kind of integrating it into the context of the Mass so that more people can experience what kind of service this is. So typically it's a reading and then a carol or a hymn or a choir anthem or handbell piece or some kind of music that goes along with the scripture that was just read. The scripture ranges from the fall in Genesis through several different prophecies of the Old Testament about the Messiah, and then all the way to the announcement of Jesus' coming in the New Testament. Most people, when they think of lessons and carols, they think about King's College, Cambridge, who does a beautiful and elaborate Christmas lessons and carols, which is a little bit different than the readings found in the Advent lessons and carols. And they put that out every year. It's a beautiful service with their full choir, but it actually didn't start there. The musical tradition started in 1880 in a town called Truro. And there was a bishop there who is named Bishop Vincent. And he saw that as hymns were gaining popularity in the Victorian era, a lot of people were, singing hymns in their homes. And in terms of carols, they were going door to door, singing for their neighbors, that kind of thing. And he wanted to create a service that brought those carols back into the church. And so he constructed this kind of loosely based structure of, a scripture reading plus a carol, and then a scripture reading and then another carol, and kind of refocused carols on the reason for the season, right, which is Christ. And so I hope you will join us this Sunday for our kind of altered lessons and carols service. The choir and the handbells and the soloist have all been preparing and are very excited to share this service with you. So I hope we will see you there.